The arrival, the morning started like any other in Geneva. People drank their coffee, checked their phones, and rushed to work. Nobody expected the sky to crack open with light. 3 massive ships appeared above Earth's major cities. Each ship stretched 5 kilometers long, casting shadows that turned day into twilight. Their hulls gleamed with unknown metal, covered in patterns that hurt human eyes to look at directly. Commander John Walker stood in the United Earth Command headquarters, watching the main screen. His coffee mug crashed to the floor. He had trained 30 years for this moment, but seeing actual alien ships made his heart pound. "Sir, they're broadcasting on all frequencies," Lieutenant Brown reported, his voice shaking slightly. "Put it through," Walker ordered. The screen flickered. An alien face appeared. The creature had gray skin, 4 eyes arranged in a diamond pattern, and no visible mouth. When it spoke, the voice came from a translator device on its chest. "Humans of Earth," the alien said. "I am Commander Vex of the Galactic Council. We come with terms for your survival." Walker grabbed the communication device. Before he could speak, Ambassador Kate Ross rushed into the room. Her diplomatic training kicked in immediately. "This is Ambassador Ross representing Earth. We welcome." "Peaceful contact," she said calmly. Vex's 4 eyes blinked in sequence. "Peace is earned through submission. The Galactic Council rules 47 species across this galaxy. You will become the 48th. The room fell silent. Every human watching held their breath. "What are your terms?" Ross asked, buying time. "Simple," Vex replied. "Surrender. All military technology. Accept your place as a servant species. Your resources will serve the Council. Your people will work in our factories and mines. This is generous. Most species we simply destroy." Walker's fists clenched. Ross touched his arm, warning him to stay quiet. "How long do we have to consider?" Ross asked. 48 hours. Then we take Earth by force." Vex's image disappeared. Alarms rang across the planet. President Maria Stone called an emergency meeting within minutes. World leaders joined by video from their bunkers. Military advisors filled the war room in Geneva. "We should surrender," General Adams said. "Their technology is centuries ahead. Those 3 ships could destroy our entire fleet." "You want to make humanity slaves?" Walker shot back. "I want humanity to survive," Adams replied. The argument might have continued for hours, but Dr. Helen Park from the Science Division interrupted. She had been quiet until now, but her words changed everything. "We have an option," she said. "Project SHIELD has been ready for 6 months." President Stone leaned forward. "Explain." "Quantum armor technology," Park said. "We developed it in secret. Our tests show it can absorb. Energy weapons can redirect the force. We've equipped all defense platforms." The room erupted in discussion. Some wanted more tests. Others feared the unknown. But President Stone raised her hand for silence. "We have built our civilization for 10,000 years," she said. "We survived ice ages, plagues, and world wars. We reached the stars. We will not kneel now." She stood up. "Ambassador Ross, deliver our answer." Ross nodded and opened the communication channel. This time, hundreds of alien ships had joined the original 3. Vex appeared on screen, confident and arrogant. "Humans, have you chosen wisdom?" Vex asked. Ross stood straight. "We choose freedom. Earth rejects your terms." Vex's 4 eyes widened. Then, surprisingly, he laughed. The sound was like grinding metal. "Primitive species," he said. "You have 60 million people in your military. We have conquered billions. You have 1 planet. We have thousands. You choose death." "We choose to fight," Ross replied. The channel closed. Immediately, space around Earth filled with more ships. 300 alien vessels now surrounded the planet. Their weapons began glowing with deadly energy. Walker ran to the defense console. Activate the planetary grid. All stations, prepare for combat. Across Earth, hidden bases opened. Defense. Satellites came online. The quantum shields Park described hummed to life, creating an invisible barrier around the planet. Humanity had said no to slavery. Now they would face the consequences. The alien weapons finished charging. 300 ships aimed at Earth. Walker looked at his crew. Whatever happens next, we face it together. The first alien weapon fired. Asterisk first. Blood the alien plasma beam struck Earth's shield with the force of 1,000 suns. The quantum barrier flared bright blue, absorbing the energy and spreading it across the entire defensive grid. The shield-held Commander Vex stared at his displays in confusion. No species had ever stopped their plasma weapons before. He ordered all ships to fire simultaneously. 300 beams of destruction rained down on Earth. The planet's shields turned the sky into a dome of blue fire. Buildings shook. Windows rattled. But nothing broke through. Impossible, Vex muttered. His second-in-command, a creature called Tor, checked the readings twice. Their shields are unlike anything in our database, Tor reported. The energy disperses. At the quantum level. Down on Earth, Commander Walker smiled grimly. Our turn. Activate the orbital platforms. Around Earth, what looked like communication satellites suddenly transformed. Panels opened, revealing weapons humanity had built in secret for 20 years. 1,000 hidden platforms targeted the alien fleet. Fire gravity bombs, Walker ordered. The weapons were humanity's greatest achievement. Instead of using energy or explosives, they created tiny black holes that lasted just 3 seconds. Long enough to tear apart anything nearby. The first gravity bomb hit an alien destroyer. The ship crumpled like paper, folding into itself before vanishing into nothing. 2 more alien ships suffered the same fate in seconds. Vex's 4 eyes went wide with shock. They're fighting back. No primitive species fights back. Sir, we've lost 3 ships already, Tor said, fear creeping into his voice. Send the message to the Council, Vex commanded. Request the full invasion fleet. Across the galaxy, the Galactic Council received Vex's report. The council chamber on the capital world buzzed with activity. 47 species watched the battle footage in disbelief. The humans destroyed council ships? Elder Kor asked. The ancient being had lived for 3,000 years and never seen this happen. Send everything, ordered Supreme Leader Zor from his throne. 1,000 additional ships. Crush them completely. But on a dozen enslaved worlds, other species watched the footage too. For the first time in centuries, they saw council ships burning. They saw someone fighting back. Seeds of hope began to grow. Back at Earth, Dr. James Park rushed into the command center. The young scientist carried a tablet showing classified information. Commander Walker, you need to see this. Park said urgently. Walker read the screen. His eyes widened. Project Phoenix is ready? Yes, sir. We can teleport our entire fleet instantly using dimensional jump technology. The real fleet is waiting at Mars. Walker had known about Earth's hidden ships, but not their true number. 500 warships, built in secret on Mars over 2 decades, waited for orders. Do it, Walker commanded. On Mars, Admiral Robert White received the signal. All ships, prepare for dimensional jump. Target, Earth orbit. Attack pattern Delta. 500 Earth warships vanished from Mars. They reappeared instantly inside the alien formation, weapons already firing. The aliens had expected attack from below, from Earth. They never imagined enemies appearing beside them. Captain Lisa Black, commanded the warship Thunder. She had studied every war in human history, from ancient Rome to the Mars Colony Rebellion. She knew something the aliens didn't understand about humans. Humans learn from every defeat, she told her crew. We studied war for thousands of years. They studied conquest. There's a difference. Her ship rolled and spun in ways that defied normal space combat doctrine. The maneuver came from ancient fighter plane tactics. Alien targeting computers couldn't predict such chaotic movement. The space above Earth became a storm of fire and metal. Human ships used guerrilla tactics, hit-and-run attacks, and unpredictable patterns learned from video games. The aliens fought in perfect formation, exactly as their training demanded. Perfect formations made perfect targets. Within 1 hour, the Galactic Council lost 50 ships. Humanity lost 7. The math shocked everyone, including the humans. Commander Vex watched his tactical display in horror. Red dots, representing destroyed council ships, multiplied every minute. His perfectly organized fleet fell into chaos. "Sir, the council is responding," Tor announced. "They're declaring total war on humanity. The entire council fleet is mobilizing. 20,000 ships." Walker heard the intercepted message. 20,000 ships. Earth had 500. Plus the orbital platforms. The odds were still 40-1 against humanity. Walker looked at his people. Fear and determination mixed in their eyes. "Then we'd better make every shot count," he said. Asterisk. The human spirit. The news spread across Earth in minutes. 20,000 alien ships were coming. Instead of panic, something else happened. Something the Galactic Council never expected. Humans got angry. In New York, 1 million people volunteered for military service in 1 hour. In Beijing, factory workers switched to 24-hour shifts building weapons. In Mumbai, children collected metal for recycling into ammunition. Every human on Earth became part of the war effort. President Maria Stone addressed the planet. "They think we'll break. They think we'll kneel. They don't know humans. When we're pushed, we push back harder." On Mars, the shipyards went into overdrive. Using new automated systems, they began producing 50 warships every day. It seemed impossible, but Chief Engineer David Long had a secret. "We've been preparing for 20 years, Long told his team. "Every part was pre-made. We just needed to assemble them." The Galactic Council watched Earth's response with confusion. When other species faced overwhelming odds, they surrendered. Humans seemed to grow stronger. Commander Vex, still orbiting Earth, received a disturbing report from Tor. "Sir, we captured Ambassador Tom Gray during a raid," Tor said. "But he won't break. We've tried everything." Gray sat in the alien prison cell, bloodied but smiling. When Vex approached, Gray laughed. "You don't understand humans," Gray said. "We had a world war where one city was bombed for 57 straight days. They never surrendered. We had soldiers fight with no ammunition, using just bayonets. We had civilians face tanks with nothing but courage." Vex's 4 eyes narrowed. "You will break. All species break. Then you'll be waiting forever," Gray replied. While Gray kept the aliens distracted, Captain Lisa Black led a strike team on a dangerous mission. Using stealth ships, they approached a council supply base near Jupiter. "Remember," Black told, her team, "we're not just fighting, we're learning." The raid was perfect. In 10 minutes, they captured tons of alien technology and escaped before reinforcements arrived. Within hours, Earth's engineers were taking apart alien shields and weapons. Engineer Anna Smith made the breakthrough. "Their shields have a frequency pattern," she announced. "If we match it and invert it, we can pass right through." In 72 hours, humans had not just copied alien technology. They had improved it. The new hybrid shields were stronger than either human or alien versions alone. But the real surprise came from unexpected places. On the enslaved world of Kepler 442b, the native species watched broadcasts of Earth's resistance. They had served the Council for 500 years. But seeing humans fight back sparked something. A worker named Grix refused to load weapons meant for Earth. When guards tried to force him, 10 more workers stood with him. By day's end, the entire factory was on strike. Similar rebellions sparked. On other worlds, small at first, but growing, the Council had to send ships to maintain order. Ships that couldn't attack Earth. Commander Vex received new orders. Half your fleet must return to suppress rebellions. But sir, Vex protested, the humans grow stronger every day. Other worlds are rebelling because of Earth's example, Supreme Leader Zor responded. Stop the rebellions first. Earth's defenders noticed the alien fleet splitting. Admiral White seized the opportunity. Launch Operation Thunder, he commanded. 5,000 human ships attacked simultaneously at different points. But these weren't all real ships. Earth had built 4,000 decoys that looked identical on sensors. The aliens couldn't tell which were real. The Council Defense Network tried to respond, but faced multiple threats. Real ships mixed with fakes. Attacks came from every direction. Some human ships even flew suicide runs, ramming into enemy vessels. When damaged, Lieutenant Peter Cole's ship was falling apart, engines failing. Instead of ejecting, he aimed for the alien command cruiser. For Earth, he shouted, his ship becoming a missile. The explosion took out the cruiser's bridge. The alien fleet lost coordination for crucial minutes. In those minutes, Earth's forces destroyed 300 enemy ships while losing only 40. The math was impossible, but it was happening. Commander Vex watched his perfect invasion become chaos. Humans fought like no enemy the Council had ever faced. They adapted, learned, and sacrificed without hesitation. Sir, Tor said quietly, the Council is sending their ultimate weapon. What weapon? Vex asked. Supreme Leader Zor himself is coming with the Planet Killer. The Planet Killer, a weapon that had never been used because no species had resisted long enough to require it. Earth was about to face extinction itself. Asterisk. Unleashed Power Supreme Leader Zor's ship emerged from hyperspace like a mountain of metal, 5 times larger than any vessel in the Council fleet. It carried the most feared weapon in the galaxy. The Planet Killer hung beneath the ship. A sphere of dark energy, 50 kilometers wide, capable of cracking a world in half. No planet had ever survived its touch. Zor's message reached every human on Earth simultaneously. His voice was cold, ancient, and absolute. Humans, I am supreme. Leader Zor, I have ruled the Galactic Council for 2,000 years. No species has ever required my personal attention. You should feel honored before you die. President Maria Stone stood in the command center, surrounded by Earth's leaders. Fear filled the room, but she kept her voice steady. We're listening. She responded. Surrender unconditionally, Zor demanded. Kneel, and I will spare your world. Resist, and Earth becomes dust. You have 1 hour. The channel closed. 1 hour to decide humanity's fate. General Adams turned pale. We have to surrender. That weapon could kill billions. If we surrender, we're slaves forever, Commander Walker argued. President Stone raised her hand. Bring me Admiral White. It's difficult time to reveal everything. Admiral White appeared on screen from his flagship. Behind him, space looked empty, but he was smiling. Madam President, awaiting your orders. Admiral, show them Sleeping Giant. White pressed a button. Across the solar system, cloaking devices deactivated. What appeared as empty space suddenly filled with ships. Not hundreds, not thousands. 50,000 human warships materialized. Room gasped. Even Walker didn't know about this. 20 years ago, Stone explained, we detected the Council's first probe. We knew this day would come. Every nation on Earth contributed in secret. We built underground. We built on asteroids. We built everywhere. Dr. James Park added, we also developed quantum tunneling missiles. They pass through any shield by existing in multiple dimensions. Stone opened a channel to every human alive. My fellow humans, we face extinction, but we are the children of those who survived ice ages, who crossed oceans on wooden boats, who reached for the stars with primitive rockets. Today, we don't die as slaves. We live as free humans, or we die standing. What say you? 8 billion voices answered as one. Freedom. Stone turned to Zor's image. Supreme Leader, you want our answer? Here it is. 50,000 human ships moved as one. The largest fleet action in galactic history began. Zor laughed. Fools, fire the planet killer. The sphere of dark energy launched toward Earth. It would arrive in 10 minutes. Nothing could stop it. Or so Zor thought. Captain Mike Johnson of the battleship Defiance had been listening. An old soldier had fought in 3 wars. He had 1 son on Earth, 1 daughter on Mars. He made a decision. All power to engines. He ordered. Ram that weapon. His crew understood. No one left their posts. The Defiance accelerated beyond safe limits. The ship groaned and sparked. Johnson's vessel struck the planet killer at maximum velocity. The explosion lit up space like a second sun. When it cleared, the planet killer was destroyed. But the blast waves struck Earth's moon, cracking its surface. Zor stared in shock. Impossible. No species sacrifices themselves like that. But humanity wasn't done. Admiral White gave the order everyone had waited for. Deploy the nanobots. Millions of microscopic robots, launched in missiles that passed through shields, attached to every Council ship. In seconds, they ate through shield generators, leaving the alien fleet defenseless. All ships target weapons only, White commanded. Disable, don't destroy. Human mercy in victory surprised the aliens more than human fury in battle. Within 30 minutes, the entire Council fleet was defenseless. Zor's massive command ship floated powerless. Its weapons dead, Commander Walker opened a channel to Zor. Supreme Leader, you came to enslave us. We fought for freedom. Now choose. Accept our peace terms, or we destroy your fleet. What terms? Zor asked, his voice no longer confident. President Stone spoke. Complete surrender. The Galactic Council is dissolved. All enslaved species are freed. You will face trial for crimes against sentient beings. And if we refuse, then you've learned nothing about humans. We offered peace. You brought war. We're offering mercy. Don't make us revoke it. Zor looked at his powerless fleet, at the 50,000 human ships surrounding him, at the species that wouldn't kneel. He had ruled for 2,000 years. Today, that rule ended. Asterisk. New Dawn Supreme Leader Zor stood on the bridge of his powerless ship. For 2,000 years, he had never known defeat. Today, surrounded by human vessels, he faced a choice that would echo through history. I accept your terms, Zor said quietly. We surrender. Those 2 words changed the galaxy forever. Commander Walker received the surrender. All Council ships, power down completely, prepare to be boarded. Across space, thousands of alien vessels went dark. The impossible had happened. A single planet had defeated the Galactic Council. The news spread faster than light. On 47 enslaved worlds, billions of beings watched their masters surrender. On Kepler 442b, Grix and his fellow workers stood in amazement. The humans won, Grix whispered. We're free. Celebrations erupted on every enslaved world. Chains that had bound species for centuries shattered in a single day. President Maria Stone addressed the galaxy from Earth. Her words reached every corner of known space. To all species who suffered under the Council, you are free. Earth offers friendship, not rule. We will help you rebuild. We will share our technology. Together, we'll create something better. The trials began 1 month later. Zor and other Council leaders faced justice for their crimes. But humans surprised everyone again. Instead of execution, they chose rehabilitation. Even our worst enemies can learn, Stone explained. That's what mercy means. Ambassador Kate Ross led the effort to create a new galactic government. Not a council of conquerors, but a democracy where every species had equal voice. It won't be easy, Ross told the Assembly of Freed Worlds. Democracy is messy, sometimes frustrating, but it's fair. The aliens studied human history with fascination. They learned about Athens and Rome, about the struggles for freedom throughout human time. They discovered something remarkable. Humans had fought each other for thousands of years. They had nearly destroyed themselves multiple times. But each time, they learned. They grew. They became better. Your species survived nuclear war? Vex asked Walker during one meeting. Barely, Walker admitted, but we learned. That's why. We fought so hard against slavery. We've been slaves. We've enslaved others. We know how wrong it is. Commander Vex, now stripped of rank, worked in Earth's rebuilding program. He helped repair the damaged moon. Manual labor, the first honest work in his long life. I don't understand humans, Vex told his human supervisor, a woman named Jane. What confuses you? Jane asked. You defeated us completely. You could rule the galaxy. Instead, you're helping everyone, even us. Jane smiled. That's the difference. You conquered to rule. We fought for freedom. Real strength isn't making. Others kneel. It's helping them stand. 6 months passed. The galaxy transformed beyond recognition. Earth's shipyards helped rebuild destroyed worlds. Human doctors treated alien diseases. Earth's teachers established schools on every planet. Captain Lisa Black, now Admiral Black, commanded the new Galactic Peace Force. Ships from every species served together, protecting trade routes and stopping pirates. We're not perfect, Black told her mixed species crew. But we're trying. That's what matters. The technology exchange brought miracles. Alien medical knowledge cured human cancer. Human creativity solved food shortages on desert worlds. Together, species achieved what none could alone. On the anniversary of Earth's victory, something beautiful happened. Children from every species gathered on Earth for the first Galactic Peace Festival. Human children played with young Vex. Kids from Kepler 442b learned baseball. Earth's music mixed with alien songs. President Stone watched from her office with Admiral White and Commander Walker. Did you imagine this? White asked. Never, Stone replied. I thought we'd barely survive. Instead, we freed a galaxy. Walker pointed at the children. That's our real victory. They'll grow up as friends, not enemies. In deep space exploration, ships with mixed crews pushed into unknown regions. Humans and former enemies worked side by side, discovering new worlds and wonders. Captain Mike Johnson's son, Mark, commanded one such ship. His crew included 2 humans, 3 Vex, and beings from 10 other species. My father died for freedom, Mark told them. We lived to explore it. Supreme Leader Zor, now just Zor, wrote in his memoir, humans taught the galaxy a lesson. True power isn't in weapons or numbers. It's in refusing to kneel. It's in choosing mercy over vengeance. It's in turning enemies into friends. The galaxy had learned humanity's greatest secret. When pushed, humans don't just fight back. They change everything. And in the vast darkness between stars, Earth's light shone brightest of all. Not as conquerors, but as liberators. Not as rulers, but as friends. The galaxy was free. Asterisk.